Hello, friends, and welcome back to another Needlessly Nostalgic. I am one of your hosts, Tyler Nichols, with my other host, Mr. Lance Velchek. Lance, we are getting into the David Gordon Green Halloween trilogy. How excited are you for this?
Very. This is all I've been looking forward to since the first one. I'm like, well, I guess Carpenter's okay, but when do we get to the meat? The Gordon Green. Yeah, we're at the end. We had 3. This is it. We got the trilogy, and then we're done. It's wild.
I know, it's nuts. It's been flying by. Don't expect it to go so fast, but yeah, it's finally here, and I don't think this is easily the like movies that I have swung the most on in the opposite direction. Like, I used to love these movies. I think Halloween 2018 was my favorite movie of 2018.
Oh shit, really?
Yes. Yeah. Like, that's even saying wild, that, I'm buddy. Like, Jesus. Hey. We all make mistakes. I am all about growing as a person and as an individual, and I think that I was a fucking idiot back then. So
yeah, I mean, I'm not judging. I
judge myself.
Wow, that's wild.
I judge myself. I think actually now I'm very curious because I do think I have ratings. Oh my God, yep, I do. It's my favorite movie of 2018. You want to know my top 10 for 2018?
I'm curious.
All right, starting at number 10, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which everyone fucking hates.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Dude,
yeah,
this whole thing.
I hate all those, so yeah.
Dude, this whole thing it's just going to piss you off. I, Tonya, number 9, which I don't know.
I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot.
Same. Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's a movie.
Isle of Dogs, Wes Anderson. A Quiet Place. 8th Grade, which I quite enjoyed. Bo Burnham, his coming of age film. I feel like that was really good. Avengers Infinity War, which is, I would probably rank that as my favorite at this point. Yeah, I know. Whatever. Mission Impossible Fallout, number 3. Okay. One of the greatest Mission Impossible movies, just saying. But then, dude, Hereditary came out that same year. That's my number 2 behind Halloween 2018. What is wrong with me?
Dude, here's the thing. This came out to critical and fan acclaim. It is not as much loved right now, and it's very interesting that it's changed. Like, it's changed for you, but I would say even the talk around it is not as positive as it was. 2018 though, it isn't that long ago, but it's enough time that it's changed opinion. So I don't know. I don't think you're too crazy. I mean, just being your favorite's a little crazy to me, but at the same time, a lot of people were really on board with this when it came out. So I'm not as surprised.
Yeah. There's a lot of elements of this that even now, like, I mean, okay, let's just get into it because I got so much stuff to say. Halloween 2018, directed by David Gordon Green. Based on a script based on characters by John Carpenter, Deborah Hill, written by Jeff Bradley, David Gordon Green, and Danny McBride, of all people.
Yep.
I think we can tell that with the 2 cops scene and the banh mi sandwich.
Oh, there's many scenes, my friend. Many scenes I'll bring up.
Jamie Lee Curtis, Judy Greer, Andy Matichak, and then we do have Nick Castle returning for a single scene in the mirror, but then James Jude Courtney as Michael Myers. I don't like that he's fucking credited as the Shape. That's some bullshit. Toby Huss, Virginia Gardner, and I'll give Miles Robbins some kudos. Oh, where's Julian? Jabrail Nantambu. Good old Julian.
Okay.
Dude, you're going to hate me, but I actually like Julian this time.
I'm sure you do. All right. So this was 2018.
Yeah. Let's set the stage.
We have lived through, I'm going to set it like this because I remember distinctly how this went. After Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 was just obliterated by everybody. There was a time where like they kept announcing projects and they just never went anywhere. The Halloween 3D, I remember the article in Joe Blow.
Yeah. Then Halloween Returns with Marcus Dunstan and Patrick Melton. Yeah.
So when this finally kind of formed and was official, there was like a lot of hype, and it was a likely sequel where Carpenter's come back for the music. It was ignoring the sequels. It promised to be this grounded and realistic take that was, essentially using the blueprint of the first one. People were really hyped. I was super sketchy on, I should say, but this was like a return to form that was being sold as return to form, and a lot of things leading up to this, and even the release of it, I would say, is what a lot of people were saying. And I think this is a kind of how Gunn's Superman is a reaction to Snyder. I absolutely believe David Gordon Green and all this was them seeing what Zombie did and said, we have to go and clean this up. And it's coming from somebody who really loves zombie movies, but that's what this movie was. It was, guys, we need to fucking course correct. We're going to go back, which is funny because I've lived through a couple let's go backs in real time, but this was now the newest. Let's go back, ignore a bunch of shit, and focus on Michael.
It's weird though, because this franchise is always dictated by what Jamie Lee Curtis wants to do. It's always, I feel like the Akkads always reach out in some way and they're like, hey Jamie, how you feeling about, do you want to be Laurie Strode again? Because then if she says yes, then they're like, okay, let's full steam ahead. We're bringing Laurie Strode back and going ahead with this.
Exactly.
I know
yes.
That's what happened with this. Yeah, it's like, okay, if we can get Jamie Lee Curtis back, then we got a whole trilogy going, because obviously her name still has some sway.
Curtis coming back, Carpenter actually having something to do with it. Again, yes. Return to form. I mean, there was a lot of things that they really sung this on. And I remember Gordon Green going around in interviews, and because this pissed me off, he was like, "This is not a supernatural Michael. He's a force of nature, but he's human." He's like he's now in his 60s and shit like that. Where like I remember being very upset about that, and they're like, "We're ignoring all the sequels," and I'm like, "Fuck!" And I hate for that. For some reason, I get annoyed in the series about that, because I think the one thing the sequels existing does is make him a legend. So actions that this movie and others in the Gordon Green trilogy take only make sense if the sequels exist. So to start off, I'm going to just say that I think the underlying issue I'm going to have in this whole conversation is that this movie wants the emotional impact of the sequels existing, but don't want them to exist in what has happened. They want the emotional impact, but they don't want to actually go through the story of it, because this movie acts like this was the craziest thing that ever happened in the world. Like he basically kept coming back, and that's like the setting point. And I think a lot of people love that. And that's my biggest fucking gripe is that Curtis, who I love the idea of the character, man. I do. I think, and we didn't talk about it, but they set her up as like this Sarah Connor. She's prepared. She's battle ready. Has traps. Is fucking practicing shooting. Her what's it called? What's it called when you keep your finger?
Hair trigger.
No, but like it's trigger awareness, trigger.
Just bad trigger discipline.
Yeah, trigger discipline is the word I'm looking for. Like that, I kept noticing her hand on her finger on the trigger a lot. But I'm saying besides that, I do like the idea of where they're coming from. I think that's an interesting way to start this, saying that the character has become crazy. Essentially, has become fucking obsessed, as opposed to her and H2O. I'm not saying I agree or like it, but I'm saying that's an interesting way to go about it. What I'm going to say is, as we start this, is that this movie blatantly says that nothing happened except the first. They even make a joke to say, like, "Oh, I thought it was your sister. They were related sisters." It's like, no, people made that up. I'm like, oh, and they put dialogue to say fuck the second one, which means no 2, no 4, no 5, no 6, no 7.
Yeah, that element really annoys me. Them just retconning them all, especially because, I mean, you make a good point. They don't need to do that. They could all be canon and make sense outside. I think the whole reason they do it is for the sake of Judy Greer's character and developing that family, where it's like, we don't need that. You can just say that she did, like, I'm sorry that Josh Hartnett did not want to come back, or whatever fucking excuse, or like, just you guys didn't get whatever you guys wanted for this.
He's in college, or he's with his family. Like some sitcoms would do it. They get thrown a line, like or him being on the phone and her just having only hearing her dialogue. Like, "Hey, hon, I love you." It's like, he can't make it up. It's Halloween, guys. He's stuck with the kids.
John.
Yeah,
damn
exactly.
it, John. Yeah.
But this has a hard on for the original, and that's, again, how about this? I'm gonna say some positive. This movie really wants to be the closest in tone to the original. It really is trying. I think they fail, but I will at least say that, like, I think their idea isn't bad, but you can't. But this far down the road, it's like, you know, putting Jason in the shadows, where it's like, no. You show Jason at this point, and at this point, Michael can't be this ghost. You know, but in this movie, they completely retcon their own idea because Michael does supernatural things.
Dude, I mean, I'm going to try not to get ahead of myself, but yeah, this franchise or this trilogy does cement the fact that Michael gets stronger with each kill.
Yes, it empowers him.
Yeah, where it's like, dude, what the fuck are we doing here? But let's talk about this intro in the mental asylum, and I assume it's Smith's Grove. Like,
yep.
This is the most unintentionally funny thing that I could imagine. And it's so funny because it's like David Gordon Green thought that he ate here. It's like, these angles, and we're introducing the new Loomis, and guess what? It's 2018. We've got these podcasters with their like H4n recorder.
Like Zoom, yeah, the one that I use. Dude, you nailed it. This was when the whole scene up until the title credits, right? Of when Halloween. Even though that's not how it goes. It's actually the slow.
Yeah, they do like 2 credits and then they cut to this.
Yeah, but I'm saying that up until like that whole first section scared me. It scared me because when I saw it, I was like, oh, we're fucked. This is trying to be arty and unnerving, and everything about this is just slightly off. Like the mental patients, like that type of crazy, like doesn't work anymore. Like, listen, I would say the early 90s was the last time that was even effective. And even then it was kind of like, guys, come on, it can't be like wacky, fucking crazy. Like that's what this is. And the fact that they're podcasters, but they are so fucking overly elegant. It's so weird. When Michael first came down, he thought, my God, where are we? He's like this. It's just like, what's with the Juilliard accent? You're fucking podcasters. It's like you should have made them investigative journalists because that would have made sense compared, or connected to how they're portraying this. But them being podcasters just makes it kind of corny. And then they're also unprepared. Like everything about that. It's like, am I supposed to think they're incompetent? Like I'm very confused.
You would think that they're incompetent based on the shit that they're doing.
But why exactly? But why would you set your movie up like that? Like you're going to kill these guys off. You should make me like love them, so that when I realize that these characters that you think might be main characters, or at least a part of this whole story, are killed off quickly, it has some weight. This is a serious movie. It acts serious. I mean, I have issues with the comedy, but like, for instance, conceptually, Michael being in that giant open area, though it would never exist in Illinois, like that's a weird thing. Just think about it. That's interesting. The idea is interesting. They're all chained to these little pillars. Like, okay, in my mind, I think I can make that creepy. But then I get this goofy looking set design, like you said, the checkerboard, where it's like, okay, but it's bright. So I think this should be like grimy, or or it should be either grimy or too clean. But like this just looks like a jail. It doesn't look like an asylum. I know as much as you hate the zombie ones, I like the look of Smith's Grove in that one because it looked like a hospital, it looked uncomfortable. Like this to me, it looks like you're filming in some fucking park in California. And there's no fucking way any Illinois building would have this giant open space. I'm not like, what the fuck are you doing?
Looks like they're about to play Foursquare.
Right? And then they're like antagonizing him, and every wacko gets its own like zoom in, and they're all just making funny faces, and like you're trying to be like old TV crazy. Like fucking cross-eyed and drooling, where I'm like, oh, whoa, we're not nailing this. Like Gordon Green, I think in this scene's a great example that he's comedic without trying. I don't think he truly gets it to make a serious movie because he's trying to be scary, he's trying to be uncomfortable, and when like they're yelling at Michael, it's like, Michael, turn around. I'm like, oh fuck, this is kind of cool.
I've got your mask.
This is kind of funny. Like, oh shit, it's like weird.
I never realized until this viewing just how over the top and ludicrous this whole opening scene is. Because I bought in. Like I bought in. I get it. A lot of people did. Yeah, I was into this. I was like, okay, like this is what we're doing with this. So we got crazy penguin man. We've got these things just happening, people screaming, and these people being tied to like concrete slabs. Which you think of the logistics of that, and it's just like, what the fuck what is going on here? This is a human rights violation in multiple ways.
Exactly. Like this, the movie needed to have more of like an absurdist bent. Like I'm thinking, like a bit of Tim Burton-ness, where it's like, no, it could still be a real world, but maybe this world just slightly off, slightly kiltered or something. But it's like this, yeah, because they are playing it like this is like a grounded real place, it comes off unintentionally funny. And again, I have issues with this, and this is a personal thing, but I think Michael having the Costanza crown of shame makes him look so weak to me. Like, I'm sorry.
Really?
It just, yes, I fucking don't like it. Like, I'm sorry. I'd rather have him look like a long woodsman or have him be completely bald like they shave his head. But like, it shows his age. So I'm like, okay, it's a real movie. It's set directly after the first. So Michael's 60 years old. So he's an old man with an old man haircut. Like, it doesn't inspire like the shape. Like, in fact, they shouldn't even show anything but his shoulders. Like, they show too much of his fucking face, and that's coming, and I know you're going to quote me in fucking Halloween 2 by Zombie, but it's like, this is supposed to be Michael Myers. I'm seeing way too fucking much of him. Like, he looks too old, man. I have a big issue with the age. They should have not have done that. I've been like, no, it's real. He's 60.
That's so funny to me, because that's definitely one element that I don't have an issue with is Michael Myers in this. I do like James Jude Courtney as Michael Myers. There's a lot of issues with this film, but he is one of the only elements. I like his movement. I like his, like, how he carries himself.
I don't disagree. I think how he physically looks, though, his like actual face.
Yeah, you don't like the horseshoe. You're a bald man. You don't like
Yeah, I don't. So I just think that's a weird thing to do. Like, I don't like the only part of the first movie I don't like. First movie's a masterpiece. Only part I don't like is when they take off Myers' mask. He looks kind of dorky. So to me, like, Michael's one of the guys that I just don't want to see his face ever. And especially if I'm believing this is to be Michael Myers. So that's just an issue. But you're right. How James Jude Courtney plays it, I think, is actually pretty good. I think it's pretty good. I don't think I have any issues with him personally. But what he's supposed to do, I think, we have issues. Let me ask you this. So that the podcasters don't plan an interview with Jamie Jamie the fucking Chris.
They just
Jamie
show
Curtis's Laurie Strode. They just show up and hope to bribe her. Yeah.
I think, what was the bribe? $5,000?
It was a couple grand. I'm not sure exactly how much, but it's just, to me, it's like, why? What, that element does nothing but that made me go, well, these people are stupid. So why are you trying to make me hate these people? I just think I don't think that's the intention. I think that's an unintended consequence of doing things like this, like them being a little too studious for their own good, them not having a plan with Jamie Lee Curtis. They like are antagonistic questions like right away. It's like, so I guess the thing is saying is these are just like incompetent podcasters. But what good is that element here? Like, I don't get it. Like, this isn't a movie. Again, Rob Zombie starts off saying, hate everybody. Everybody's a fucking terrible person. This, though, it's like, I think I'm supposed to like these people. I think I'm supposed to feel bad when they get murdered. I think that's the intention. But I just think that's such a really weird way to start this. And this is the most serious part, because then we get Toby Huss, who I love. He'll always be RD, the strongest man in the world, talking about peanut butter on his penis. So it's like we jump right into like some quirky, fun stuff. And it's like, fuck me, dude.
I mean, and leaning into the incompetence element, at one point, these podcasters are like, so the courts took your daughter away. Let's talk about that.
That's what I'm saying. They're antagonistic off the bat. It's like, I'm sorry, do you not know how to do this? Like, I know how to do this, and I've never done it. Yeah. You butter them up, you talk them, you gain their trust. You shouldn't ask about the daughter till like the end. Yeah. Fucking, how about this? How about you don't ask at all? She likes you, invites you back. You get more. Then you're fucking in.
And it's like, yeah, the courts took away your daughter. Okay. Because then they're trying to ask more about it. And it's like, okay, clearly she didn't get her daughter back. That's like established. So why would you then, if you're trying to get this woman to talk to you, why are you then leaning into these elements that are just going to make her hostile and be like a dick towards you? Like, what the fuck is happening? You guys are bad podcasters.
But why? Why would they make them bad? Like, these guys should be great at their job. They should be charming. They come off like even if let's say, because I don't think people complain about this as much about them being bad at their job. But it's such an important element. It's like, why is that decision there? Or how did nobody catch the fact that these people, because either that's on purpose or it's an accident, but as we go through both elements, they don't make any sense. It's like, because then I'm supposed to root for Michael then, right? Because he's killing people I don't like. Isn't that how it goes? Isn't this like part 6 where I'm kind of like, hey, I don't, I like the redhead, but if you want to kill her, you could kill her. It's like, I think they're trying to make Michael evil and make me hate him. So it's like, maybe don't make me hate these 2 British people. I don't know.
Yeah, give us something to care for rather than like immediately just give us all these people where it's like, okay, let's wait for these people to die. We've talked several times about the credit sequence, which I will say I really like the needle drop and going into that, like, and also love Carpenter's new theme. Has a little more meat to it while still being the same thing. I love it. It's my second favorite next to the original.
Let's say this. I think the music in this is amazing. Amazing. Yep. There are some music cues where it's like this, it's, I don't know, industrial, where I'm like, okay. Yeah. No, it's great. It's fucking great. It's a great theme. It's a great score. I mean, it's heartbreaking it's in this movie, but I mean, yeah, dude, Carpenter came back and cooked. And I think a lot of this needs to be given credit to the fact that he's touring with his son, making music, getting out there. I think like it lighted a spark in him, because this was some of the best music he's made ever. I wish this could have been put in.
They just released a vinyl. They just released a vinyl of all 3. And they're going on tour with it. Or maybe the tour is wrapping up. But yeah, they're doing some kind of tour with that and that score in particular in the vinyl. If
I lived closer to the West Coast, I would love to go and see him. But I in all honesty, as much as I love Carpenter, this is the kind of music where I would love to see live, but I'm not gonna fly. And here's the reason why. Because I think it's music I'd like to kind of sit down to and almost just absorb.
Yep.
And I think he's playing these at small clubs where I'm going to be standing. And sometimes, I feel like the atmosphere matters, and that's not this kind of music.
Yeah. I'm an old man at this point. I want to sit down and listen to music where I can just close my eyes and vibe out and not being worrying about getting hit by somebody who's walking through and just like, yeah, I'm right there with you with that. What are your thoughts on the Loomis voice that appears? Because I actually watched this I watched this movie after hearing that garbage trailer Loomis for the video game. So I actually was more accepting of this voice.
I mean I'm excited for the game because it's a campaign, and you know how I love being able to play as a killer. I still own.
Yeah, but they're being so cagey about that single player.
I know. But here's the thing. I'm going to be optimistic on the game because I feel my expectations are always, I don't know. I never get super excited for games. So I'm just going to see what happens. I'm going to wait and see with the word. That being said, that was a shitty voice. But I was thinking about this the other day. I don't think I like any. I think the only actual interpretation of Loomis I like is from Howlin' Kills.
Oh, okay.
No, Howlin' Kills. It's like I didn't in H2O. It wasn't very good. It's I feel like I'm just used to shitty Donald Pleasance impressions. That I'm more just like, yeah, they all suck. I don't think I don't think any are good except for that one guy, and even that I think it's just because he looked like it, so I was more accepting. But maybe that exact voice on recorder would sound lame. So I don't love it, but I'm also not going to hate on it because I do think that's an element you need. Yeah, if you're gonna do like this sequel, I'm okay with that shit because like I would do it too if I was writing this. Like have a recording because of course as a doctor he has those, especially from his era. Yeah. Though it doesn't do anything here and doesn't mean anything, but at least I think it's fine story wise.
One thing I want to bring up is because I think I just find this weird. What in terms of filming locations, we've talked about filming locations many times in this series, and every single film in the David Gordon Green trilogy is in a different state. Is that not strange?
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah, the first film was filmed in South Carolina. Halloween Kills was North Carolina. And then Halloween Ends was Georgia.
Interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't look that up. All right.
Yeah. Fucking the strangest thing, which even stranger is that Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends was supposed to be filmed back to back. And then
the pandemic changed the whole story.
Yep. Pandemic changed the story, changed the filming, and which also I think David Gordon Green was like, filming was just too intense to do it back to back. Like, okay, bud. Okay.
Which
too intense.
I think it was Kills or Ends. I forget which one, where I saw the behind the scenes, and I think it was Kills, where the street and the houses were it was a set. It wasn't like a location. It was
Kills,
built in. So I feel like this is the same thing. So maybe besides the outside shots, all of this shit is just in studios. And what I mean by outside is I'm watching right now on the background, right? It's Ellison and Curtis clearly outside at a football field in the school. Like, I believe that's real, but I'm saying, like, when they're outside in the houses, I wonder if that's just all sets, like they're not outside at all. All the night shots and shit,
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me, especially with these there's some weird editing choices that are going on in this in order to get the scares. It's like, oh, we got to do quick cuts to this, quick cuts to that, all this weird shit. Because like, even when I talk about Loomis's voice, it occurs when Laurie's in the car by herself and she's just like listening to Loomis on tape. What the fuck? How did you get these tapes? Where did these come from?
Does she listen to it every Halloween? Is this just the one time? It's a weird, like, it should have been an element with the podcasters. They had a bunch of footage and like they're playing it and taking notes or playing it and then talking about it because, oh, Loomis did this is something I think an angle we should look into. It's just, her playing it again. Like, the idea isn't bad, but it's one of those that either execution or just tonally they don't know how to wrap it up, because I found that kind of funny. I mean, I found her whole thing kind of funny because the sequels don't happen. So her being this paranoid, this crazy, personally, it's hard for me to take. And I think also that she didn't leave. Like, as much as I hate H2O, it makes sense that she just move. Yeah. Like, the fact that she became a townie just to be like sad, I don't know, that's just weird to me. It's like, so this is such a crazy part of your life, but you raised your daughter in fucking Haddonfield? Why wouldn't you have left? Yeah. Like, you should be in Missouri or fucking Kansas.
Yeah, like, that's far away from Haddonfield.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, elements I like. I think Curtis is fine, and I like the idea of her, outside of the trigger discipline. I like her shooting fucking mannequins. I like her being like assertive. I think that's fun. But I just would have loved to have seen that if the sequels happened. And
dude,
like you said, there's ways to fucking.
I liked it in the past until it's like when I think it's Judy Greer talking to Andy Matichak. And they're having this like,
hold on. Yeah.
It's like, this is how my childhood was. And it's like flashbacks to Judy Greer's childhood. And it's fucking unhinged.
It's hilarious, dude. So again,
it's so funny.
I know. When I'm at the mannequins, I'm like, I like that idea. I think the couple shots they're shooting it, but then they get real porny with it, which is really weird. And it's like, guys, she's just shooting like it's not this like harrowing moment. But Judy Greer, it's like he does like a interesting little direction, and then there's like a filter, and it's like sped up, and it's just fucking funny. It's this little kid like fucking cocky guns. I'm like, guys, I know you want this to be serious, but this is not the way to go about it.
She has her knuckles wrapped at one point, and she's punching a fucking.
She's like fucking like 8. It's like the 3 ninjas. Like, yeah, listen, I get that they're going to protect the house with CDs, but I'm not also supposed to be like completely, like. 3 Ninjas wasn't the drama I was watching as home invasion movie. It's a goofy movie. This is Halloween. It's really going for a tone. That's a thing. It's like he's comedic when he doesn't want to be, and then still adds in on purpose. I would say purposeful comedic moments. It's so fucking weird. Like the Toby Huss. Toby Huss is I love that man, but he is playing this as a comedy. He's playing it like he's in a fucking like a 2012 comedy. His like everything he says and acts, it's like this very like not rifty, but like that style of acting in those movies that like the comedies of that era are like very loose. Like it doesn't sound like a script. It sounds like you have an idea. You like this is the lines, but you need to add in some ums and buts and
it feels like you would be in a Judd Apatow movie from that era.
Yeah, that's a better way to say it. Exactly. And it's like the I don't want to jump ahead, but I'm going to name a couple comedic scenes. Toby Huss's existence is funny. The cops talking about the banh mi, which kind of pissed me off because I'm really into banh mi's, and I remember it bothered me before, but I had one yesterday, and so for some reason I got like real angry, and I was like, no, that's not fucking true. Yes, banh mi means bread, and there could be a mix of what could be inside, but it's usually it's a meat based fucking sandwich. You're not going to put a PB&J that doesn't make it a fucking banh mi, and the fact that we're going to pretend that that's a banh mi and have that in this movie is like some sort of authority. Makes no sense. You know, when Liam Neeson told Bruce Wayne to rub his chest because his arms would be fine, like that's a fake thing. It doesn't mean anything, but it sounds good coming out of Liam Neeson. Like, that's not this. You can't tell a fucking blatant lie about banh mi's and expect me just to sit here and not think about it. It's like I got missed like half a kill because I'm like, well, that's just not even true. Why are we saying that?
Yeah, it's funny you say that because I'm like, I've never had a banh mi sandwich, so I'm like, I guess this is true.
See,
like,
I'm now
peanut
so
butter
invested.
and jelly banh mi.
All right, when you're next time you're out here, I'll give you a good banh mi. I've been a fan for a while. I like a good sandwich. I'm a sandwich guy, I think I've come to realize. So like, I don't want any fucking disrespectful sandwich talk in my movies. Like, let's keep that to a minimum. Yeah. It's like pizza. Like, let's you got to kill a kid or an animal, that's fine. But let's keep the food topic and a little bit civilized.
I mean, okay, so sandwiches are my favorite thing. So
the sandwiches are amazing. They're amazing. So hold on, they got that. We got the banh mi's parts, and there's one more part.
Julian.
Yes.
Julian talking shit to his babysitter.
Yes. I got so upset in the movie theater. That's so fucking because it's so fucking comedic and cute, and they're just like, look at this fucking witty little kid. I'm just like, I don't want that in this movie.
Dude, but honestly, the only reason I liked it this time was Julian reminded me of my nephew so much. And I was like, this is the exact thing my nephew would do to some fucking babysitter. That's the only reason that I suddenly like opened up to it in a way that I had never opened up to it before. Okay,
fair enough. But as we were in our last conversation of the last movie, this is where I got to be like, I don't want that here. Even if it's realistic, I don't want it here. I don't want it here. It's killing tension. It's too light. It's too bantery. Like this movie will have these moments, which, they're trying to be like, like I think right before this, we had the moment where Michael does his little like one take kill, which I think was fun. Though it came off a little more digitally than I remember it, especially like the knife in the neck. But at least the idea of that is kind of fun. But then I'm like, but they don't really ever do it again. Like that's like, and remember they showed that part first before the movie came out. That was like the clip they showed. So I'm like, they fucking made that, man, to share. They did, because it doesn't kind of fit in the movie. It's like Michael randomly, like, I want, like, more of the movie should have been that. It should have been like that happening, the police trying to find him, he's escaped, they can't get him, and then the dumb shit where they become Jamie Lee Curtis. But I feel like that part is just almost like this severed section that doesn't necessarily feel out of place, but it's almost like I want to see that movie instead. Even if, like I said, the knife kill in the throat was a bit too CG'd.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, and there's also the kid who's like, it's the kid that comes across Michael when he breaks out of the van. Who's like, I just want to dance.
But dance. Yeah, exactly. Or it's like
weird moments.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, I think the Judd Apatow humor is you nailing this. Where it's like, because it's not Dumb and Dumber. It's not goofy. It's situational, but it's these almost more quirky character moments that you find funny, not necessarily like a comedic situation. And I think it happens way too much. Like you're right, the kid, dude, that whole sequence is weird. But then it's like it doesn't make sense. A fucking bus is flipped over. Everybody is wandering around randomly with the same white jumpsuit. It's like, dude, it's either prison, a hospital, but it's nothing good. Nobody. Like volunteers aren't dressed in the same culty fucking uniform. So it's like any grown man, especially some fucking hillbilly with a gun who hates the government, doesn't trust the fucking, like that guy is going to just be like, what's going on over here? Everybody need help. Everybody need help. It's like, then you leave your son around these wanderers. I don't know. It's just, to me, it's like that. How about the bus just flips and Michael escapes? You know, like I like that fucking kid and his dad are dumb. Sorry, you gotta fight me back more. I feel like I'm being aggressive, and you're just being like, I understand.
I agree, because I agree with all your criticisms. I mean, there's a moment that I fucking love in this movie, and it's when Lori shows up for dinner and she just like drinks all of Toby Huss's wine
and like cries and just ruins the moment. Yeah, it's funny for sure.
But yeah, it's shit where then, I mean, because you brought up a good point. We've talked about this movie in the past. It's actually the final modern horror movie talk where you, myself, Andrew Hatfield, Mike Conway just eviscerated this trilogy of David Gordon Green films.
I know, I think I was a little too mean. I think people were like, hey, who's that asshole? Like, he needs to take it down a notch. I was really angry at the time.
But I mean, you nailed it of just like, there's so much in this that just does not work. And like, why is Lori so fucked up from this one event? Because I know I fought you on that of like, no, her friends had died. She lost her 2 best friends and like some other periphery people were, but now I'm like, yeah, it's been 40 years. Like, you need to fucking, if this affected you that much, then you just shouldn't be in this town. Like, you should be going elsewhere. Now that I have had the more life experience where it's just like, no, like you are like, if you're going to then stay in this trauma, then there's no one I can really blame except for you. Like, get out of the trauma then. She's a
townie. I mean, that's even worse. So it's like, I'm supposed to feel bad for a townie? No. I've talked so much shit about H2O. But if you want to try the trauma angle, that at least had the smarts of saying 2 existed. But even how she plays it, it's like she gets weird around Halloween. And veterans get weird about 4th of July and fireworks. So it's like, it's not, that to me is not a big stretch. I can believe that. You know, like you get a little weird, you're a little nervous, you're a little more protective. Like that's fine. This, it's like, I like the idea, of course, but this is if everything happened. You know, if this was like, hey, we're going to ignore H2O, but like everything else existed, and Jamie existed and Jamie's dead, and Jamie like changed her identity and had a fucking kid, or maybe she adopted one, or maybe she fucking married a guy that had a kid. Who gives a fuck? It doesn't matter. The point is like, then her being this way, I could be like, oh yeah, okay, well, of course, this fucking monster keeps coming back alive and killing everybody she knows. Like, she should be crazy. But this is like, her friends died, and she was like, what? I mean, do you think they were seniors? How about this? Yeah. They're juniors. I'm saying they're juniors. Fuck that. They're 17 years old. So, I mean, my oldest friend I've known since 4th grade, but that's kind of rare. I feel like most friend groups start in high school. So it's like, those were best friends for a couple years. Tragic, of course, and it's something that would fuck you up if you don't go to therapy. But to this level, it's like, this isn't earned. That's the issue. It's not earned. They're just like, she's crazy, and the night haunted her. Where I'm like, yeah, did it? And then the whole fucking rest of the trilogy, that one night haunted the whole town, where I'm like, everybody's stressed? No.
Yeah,
like,
I'm trying, because I have watched all 3 films, so I'm trying not to like skip ahead too much. But it's like, yeah, there's shit where it's like, okay, this was an issue for you, but then half the town getting murdered, then you're just like hunky dory by the time Halloween Ends comes around. Like,
she's cooking cookies. Her daughter's fucking dead, and she's like, cookies, ha ha ha.
Don't you remember? Hey, Toby Huss and Judy Greer both got brutally slaughtered 5 years ago. But
your daughter,
I've got cookies.
Your daughter's dead, and you're like, you know what? I think we got to live and let live. She's like, you know what? I don't want to live in the past. Why hold on to shit?
I have a positive. Will Patton.
Go for it. Yes.
Will
you know
Patton's.
What? Is it Patton's? Will Patton. Yeah. Ever since Armageddon, I've always loved him. And
oh yeah.
He has this just folksy charm. So yes, you know what? And I'll give you one more. Though they don't use him, and I think he clearly like was something they're going to do and didn't do anything with. Is
don't
the sheriff
say it,
Barker,
the black sheriff?
No, but here, listen to my argument. The idea of him, I like. He seems kind of tough as a fucking hat. He's distinctive. He's just about him.
He's what's his name? He's that Texas Ranger from King of the Hill. No,
I was thinking the Duke or Drake from Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah, Creighton Duke.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, he's going to have a bigger, like he's going to do something, and he doesn't. So here's the character actually sucks. But I'm saying that like, as I was watching this, I was like, okay, they're setting up a tough as nails, maybe a sharper fucking guy who's not going to play by the cops rules, or he's going to be maybe a little more vigilante kind of like. I was and then they didn't do anything with it. So I'm not a positive meaning. I just like the actor in the hat, but the character sucks.
Yeah. No, character sucks, and I'm not gonna give you that just because I wanted more from him and I wanted him to be more relevant, and he becomes such a bitch in Halloween Kills. But
what's what I'm saying? They don't use him. It's almost like this was them setting up him, and then this trilogy actually I think reminds me a lot of the Star Wars sequel trilogy, where it becomes blatantly obvious that they didn't have a plan and were kind of winging things as it went along, and then it just falls apart because this. Yeah. Will be known in history, despite some revisions in later years. You know what happens in fucking 20 years? It's going to be like, it was actually not that bad if you fucking look at it, that stuff. Yeah, like that'll happen regardless. But I think this is going to be one of the biggest stumbles in terms of bringing back an iconic character. I think this legacy will be one of failure. Because as much as people like this,
more than Sweet Revenge.
Well, Sweet Revenge though is just some shitty short. They got a trilogy that was supposed to change the world, and they fumbled it, dude. I mean, the thing is as much as this is liked, or at least kind of liked now, people hated kills and people hated ends. So I mean, and I think they already had the contract signed for The Exorcist, but the second that didn't do well, they were like, "Get the fuck out, David Gordon Green."
Yeah.
So I think this killed his career.
Hey, I do need to say, because this is also something, and I'm not saying that you stated that, but there is a falsification going around in terms of the Exorcist franchise, where it's like, $400 million were spent for the rights. Yes, that aspect is true. That's just for the license for The Exorcist overall. So they've licensed that shit out for haunted houses, for all these fucking merch and shit. It's like, yeah, that trilogy failed. But Universal has still made a return on their investment in a very big way.
Well,
that then I can't be considered like this massive failure.
No, but the start of what was going to be a trilogy failed, and now they're pivoting because they're getting Flanagan, right? Yeah. So no, it's not like the trilogy or the brand didn't fail, but Gordon Green was supposed to lead them to the Holy Land, and they kicked that fucker out real quick. And I think it's because this didn't do well, and the ends was such a disappointment to everybody, and then The Exorcist not making profit, I think, was enough for them to be like, okay, we got to get somebody else to fucking right the ship. And especially I know you liked it, and I don't really have any. I don't have a dog in the fight though when it comes to The Exorcist. I got to say that.
But I should say too, like the biggest issue that Gordon Green had was that he admitted that like he gets bored. It's like, if you're developing a trilogy, you do not say that you get bored when making film, like, because then you're going to shift gears and like make something completely different. I remember his Exorcist Believer sequel was going to follow, what's her name? I really like the actress, but she's like just this older actress that doesn't, I'm looking her up right now. I think it's Ann Dowd.
Wait. Is it the girl from The Leftovers?
It could be. She's in Hereditary. I'm trying to see if she's in.
Yeah, she plays the main villain for the first 2 seasons.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, it was going to follow her, where it's just, but it's the thing where it's like, I don't need to follow this woman that then like kind of jerry-rigged an Exorcist together. That's not what I care about for an Exorcist movie. An Exorcist movie, I want to be feeling some like religious existential crisis like the first film. It's like, I don't need this other random shit that you're doing. So
no, you go to the first film or the third, which has like that the tone, but they take it in a different direction.
And the possession angle where it's like messing with like your mind a bit. That's more, I don't know. That element didn't work for me, but regardless, this isn't an Exorcist Believer podcast. I don't think we'll ever cover that franchise. If we do, it'll just be in like individual.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you want to do, but it's not. It'll be a lot negative from me.
Yeah, it's not a thing for me. I don't give a shit about that series, but it's crazy. I mean, a little bit of an aside, like, because we were like, I feel like we've always been like, okay, yeah, we got these things to cover. It's like, God damn, we've already like gotten through Halloween, the Halloween franchise, like Nightmare on Elm Street, Evil Dead, Friday the
Now
13th.
these don't actually linger at all. I think it's just because how we record. So like, sadly enough, I actually can never really enjoy these in the moment. Just more of the memory of me doing them, like more of a calming sensation when I think back. That's all I got. Kind of like life, actually. I can never really appreciate the moment, but you know, you always look back fondly.
Yeah, that's a sad note about how you live your life, Lance. But hopefully we can change that and get you to smell the roses every once in a while and get to bask in things a little bit.
Well, it won't be today because Michael Myers finds his mask accidentally. That's what they're going with, right? Because he didn't look back at the people, so he doesn't know what they look like. So he just happened to be in the same place at the same time and recognize their voice.
I've always taken it as he saw that they were there and he's like, ooh, these fuckers have my mask. I gotta off these people.
But
plus
he
the
wouldn't
people
know what they look
in
like.
the truck store. Oh yeah, he didn't turn around.
No,
he sensed
so he'd
them.
have to hear.
He sensed them.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say. So remember, in the pre-interviews before this movie came out, David Gordon Green was very clear that this is the human Michael Myers, and then they immediately show him take a crowbar to the face at 60 and be unfaced. Also, that he like rips this guy's jaw essentially off, which is the like the bald dude receptionist at the gas station.
Drops his teeth.
Yeah. Where I'm like, okay, so I'm confused. Like I thought this, also, I'll admit, I was a little perturbed because I felt like a lot of the good press of this movie was getting, like before it came out, like the press tour was just very anti-zombie. I will admit that. But I remember him saying like, well, we're not going to do like those uber violent things. It's like, that's not Michael. Michael's more atmosphere. And this movie, I mean, yes, they don't show a lot of the kills, but the aftermath is very, very, I would say, Rob Zombie-ish. Where I'm like, hold on, motherfucker. I thought we were doing this. I thought we were going to be nice and atmospheric. Now I got a guy's jaw essentially like ripped it clean off. It's a come on, man. Fucking Gordon Green.
He ripped another jaw off earlier. Doesn't he kill the dad in a similar way? The dancing son dad.
Yeah. He's like, his mouth's like ripped open.
Yeah.
I mean, he stomps on, is it Sartan? Dr. Sartain? I don't know what his name is.
Dr. Sartain. The worst twist in franchise history.
The dumbest twist. And also like, even before the twist, I was like, I don't like him because he's like comically evil. Like he's like, he has a lab full of like bubbling liquid evil. So what are we doing here?
Yeah. Like show your hand a little less maybe.
And just like, even when they're saying he's a good guy, I'm like, I don't like this as a good guy. He's goofy, but he gets his head stomped completely apart. Like it blows up. Or I'm like, this guy's 60. Like you set that up. It's like you showed me his fucking bald spot, dude. Oh, and also Will Patton. I mean, this, I should say this. I'm usually not this kind of guy. I'm not cynical in the sense of like, I don't usually see ill intent. I think a lot of people, companies, and everybody else is just too dumb to really do that. But sometimes it's true. And this movie, I got to a point where I'm like, is there any guys in this that are competent? Like this might be the most like anti-male movie I've ever seen where I'm like, every male actor in this is a douchebag, an idiot, or incompetent. Nobody is good at anything except for Myers. But like everybody else, Will Patton like just gets way too close, gets stabbed. Also, in this movie, they run him over with a fucking car. Let's talk about that. The next one, he's fine. This, they make a point. I rewound it. I'm like, oh, maybe he hits the curb. Nope. They run. He like Sartain takes a hard left over Will Patton's character.
Did you?
But it's just like
in the I think it was the commentary or it was like might have been an interview. Will Patton was like, "Yeah, I thought I was dead, so I wasn't even expecting to come back for kills and ends."
I mean, listen, I like him in both the other movies because I just like Will Patton. But that's a good example of like every dude in this movie is it like even the boyfriend, that Cameron. I mean, there's a point where I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" They essentially make him like a Mean Girls villain. I'm like, when did this happen?
Cameron, there's something that goes on with this kid because they essentially, and it's bad direction from David Gordon Green because they show that like this girl which I guess in terms of good direction, this girl is lingering behind him in multiple shots before they actually do the reveal of this girl coming up to him. And then she like kisses him while what the fuck is her Andy Matichak? What is her name?
Allison.
Allison. Well, Allison sees in the background, which I'm going to say right now, it is the situation itself. Totally. It's like not his fault. He pushes, he like does the little push away thing. He sees Allison and then it's like, go explain to her. But he doesn't. He goes and he's like, he takes it the worst possible. He's like, I don't know what you think you saw, but like, he's like tries to gaslight
her. That's what I'm saying about like this being the worst men ever. Where I'm like, no, that's so unrealistic. No, that's what I'm saying. It's like
throws her phone in Jello.
Yeah, well, he does linger on the kiss a little too long. He should have pulled out a lot quicker. But I will admit that he was ambushed. But then he immediately goes like, "Fuck you, babe." Like, what's that? I was like, that's not the guy we've been with the entire movie. Who the fuck is this weird jock? And then like it's like he becomes abusive and then throws her phone in Jello as like a fuck you for even questioning me. It's like, but they go, oh, because he's drinking. It's like the bitch had a flask. You know how much you could fit in the flask? Not a lot. Yeah, it's like, so are you saying he's a coward or a lightweight? I can't understand. What the fuck is this movie doing? It's like, is he the villain? Because he's a villain.
Because he's like, where did you get that? He's like, oh, I mean, just Oscar and I just like, we're just like drinking. It's like, it's not that big of a deal. And it's like, no, it's not that big of a deal. Except I also want to remind you too, it's a school night. They establish earlier in the day, it's a school night. This is all happening on a school night.
So he basically had like an hour and a half and he's like, he still has something left in the flask. So he didn't drink the whole flask. Fuck off. And also they don't show him drunk before.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like you, if he was slurring, she's like, babe, come on. What are you doing? He said, no, it's good. It's good. Like they don't establish it. He's normal. No. They just have him drink out and be like, well, since I have this flask, obviously I'm going to act completely different than my character would. And then we could blame it on the drinking.
Yeah,
it's so stupid.
Much of any sense.
And then his friend becomes a fucking I don't know his name in the movie. What's up?
I was gonna say he becomes an incel.
That's okay. That's to say he looks like Foggy from Daredevil or the friend from Idle Hands. Yeah. But he like immediately becomes kind of creepy. Where I'm like, you went the whole movie setting up like he's like that charming fucking chubby kid, and immediately is just like weird. I'm like, why? Also,
he's like, sorry, Allison, I went full. I had these girls dropping up on me, and I
was
went
like
full
super
chub.
horny. Like what? Oh, can I ask you this? When he gets killed, Michael stabs in the gate. The post doesn't go in his mouth. Am I correct? Because then they cut back and it's in his mouth. But I swear to God, they see Michael just stabs him.
They do a cutaway. They just do a cutaway where like his head is above the post, and then he stabs him, and they do a cutaway, and then when it comes back, it's like through his mouth. It's
a little more violent than the Carpenter one. I thought we were going ape on that one. I thought we hated Rob Zombie.
They're going a lot more violent. Which we skipped over my favorite scene of the film, the Michael Myers introduction on Halloween, where
the one take I was bitching about earlier that didn't fit, that fits that they should have made the movie about. When he's just doing the one take.
Yeah, the one take that then follows him like fucking the kids. The kids come up and they're like, "Oh, sorry, mister."
That's a cool scene. I like it.
It's a great scene.
I want the movie to be more that. That's what I'm saying. Right? I don't think that scene fits well because it seems to me like they filmed it to kind of give out before the movie. There should have been more of that. Though it's funny. This is the first time I ever noticed the couple, the doctor and the nurse that we see in Kills.
Yeah.
And I didn't pick that up. I was like, okay. And I mean, obviously the Penguin as well. I'm like, okay, look at David Gordon Green having at least a little bit of thought.
Which also they establish with some dialogue later on that this is the same neighborhood that what's her name is babysitting Julian in. So they're like, oh, that's Julian, the little shit from down the street.
Yes, yeah. Little kid.
So we find out from Kills where it's like, oh, okay, this is the same neighborhood. That makes sense. Obviously, Michael wouldn't be fucking spanning too large of a distance, which also means, goddamn, this real estate market in this area. I'll buy a house that Michael killed someone if it means I'm getting it at like
a discount
40% off. Yeah.
Well, in this economy, you need to get any deal you can. No, that section's fun. I like that. I mean, it's like I said, I think that should have been more. Like it's too interesting. Michael being a wanderer, especially just because they decided to kill off the podcasters. It's like, well, then how about you just have like a bunch of kills and the side story is then, like I said, trying to find him. I feel like that would be a little more interesting because this Michael Myers is more violent. I mean, I don't dislike it.
So
I mean, obviously, but it's not the same one that we saw in the original. This is gorier and he's meaner. So it's like, fuck it, let's play around with that, man. And which is, I think, why I like Hills.
He's more chill. He's more. I still feel like he's more chill, but he's not as. I still feel like there's a line between how violent he is in this and how he gets to be in Rob Zombie's, specifically Halloween 2.
Yeah, no. Rob Zombie's Halloween was Jason Voorhees. He's more, the kills more violent, but his aura and movement is still very dialed back. You're absolutely right. It's his movements aren't emotional, and they are very emotional in the zombie films. So no, I agree. But I'm just saying, being that he was promising to fucking go back, and that's all I'm bitching about. Like I'm just mad because he was talking shit and then went against his word. But no, in all honesty, I like this. This is the updated Michael I would want, because it feels close to the OG character, but it's more violent because we just live in a more violent world. And let's be honest, the original movie wouldn't work made now. It would feel too tame. Yeah. It'd be like PG-13. I would think they're actually doing it on purpose. So I'm actually okay with the score. As much as I'm bitching.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's more of a. There's a lack of safety element of like, oh no, Michael might be around, which I do like, but because he's more of a lurker. He has this, as much as he does he's like a dog that responds to noise. He still does his lurking. He still does his like planning out. He still wants to he still has goals.
Yeah, he's more Swifty in this one. That's like the old ones.
Swifty, Taylor.
I don't know. Swifty isn't like not letting his feet. I don't know. It's just like you said, the more lurking, which I feel like even H2O awkward. They didn't do that right either. Like they went for it, but it didn't work. This, as much as I hate this movie, I'll admit, they are doing the best at making him act like he did in the first and second one.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. One thing that I've always liked in the first, the first however many times I've seen this, that now I liked an element of it, but I didn't like another element of it, which is the death of the babysitter played by Virginia Gardner, Vicky. So I really I like Vicky and Dave. I like that whole setup, and they make it seem like Dave is gonna get killed while he's looking at the bike. Yeah. I like that element. There's that, like, you think it's here but it's here. But I forgot how fucking lame Vicky's death is, because I remember thinking like, oh yeah, I like how Michael just in the closet and just appears, but she just slips. She just falls randomly.
She has socks on. Yeah. And that's it. Like, yeah, an 18-year-old, 17-year-old, whatever, at her age and her body type, she'd be a lot more spry. And also the way Michael grabs her. Here's the thing, though. Talking about J.G. Courtney, because you're right, though. He's actively trying to be as close as he can to Nick Castle's interpretation of the character, and maybe even Dick Warlock. But because of that sort of stiffness, him pulling Vicky is corny. It's actually really hilarious because for him to really pull her, he's going to act Rob Zombie-ish. He's going to be a little more fucking limber. But he purposely doesn't do that. So he just kind of awkwardly shrugs his shoulders and grabs her. And it's like, that makes me think, oh yeah, he is 60. And this fucking 17-year-old girl, Vicky, should be able to kick him and run. Like you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't tell me he's old and then present these movements as such and then be like, well, Vicky didn't have a chance. It's like, no, she had many chances. Like, yeah, she slipped, but she could have taken one stab and then kicked his leg and he would have been like, and then she would have got away. So, I'm sorry. It's a really corny death. It's, and also, the boyfriend seemed like a cool death. I wish I got to see that one, but not again. One more off-screen kill, and I don't know.
Hey, one thing in Vicky's corner is, I do like that she's like, Julian, run. She's thinking about someone who's not herself.
I hated Julian, so I actually wanted Julian to try to help and then get stabbed. I remember walking out of the theater the day this happened. So I remember I got off work, dude. My girlfriend met me up at the theater, and I had a theater across from my work. It was like Michigan and Ohio. It's this really weird AMC. I never liked it. The vibe there was just strange. And I remember walking out of the movie and being like, that fucking little kid and his little mouth. And then like, I remember this lady was like, watch your language. And I was like, fuck you. I got like a verbal argument because I was so upset. And again, I have nothing against the kid. It's way too fucking smart and quippy for Halloween, man. I was not vibing that.
Yeah.
I was like, he's this like scary movie kind of smart. I'm like, guy, what are you doing, dude? But yeah. I understand that I actually am alone on that, and that most people are like you and love the kids. So fair enough.
I mean, I used to not like the kid, but then I'm telling you, my nephew acts exactly like this, where I'm like, yep, this is how he would be in this situation. So a little bit of life experience has taught me that. Before I was like annoyed with this kind of thing and was like, no, people don't act like this. But then I'm like, oh, well, people do act like this because I've experienced it in person. All right. Let's, I like the Halloween 20. I think it has like the 2018, the tattoo that what's his name gives.
What's the point of that though? I saw that when he like looks at his arm when Will Patton walks past him. Like, what? I don't understand the tattoo. Like, why is it there?
Because he says it's going to be the greatest night of our lives.
Oh, that's so lame. Oh, that makes me hate this more. Oh, you see, I deducted a point. He got a tattoo at the night.
Yeah. It could have been a good moment if they had actually set it up well. You know what? I'll give you a moment that's fucking great. The light sensor moment with Michael and Oscar. I think that's very well done.
Yeah.
Doesn't make a lot of sense once you actually think about it. Because you're like, how's Michael moving if then the lights aren't going off? But
no, him getting closer and lights go off is a cool idea. And then that one part I will admit I like, but I'm going to be negative. The fact that that kid is trapped back there doesn't really make any sense. Like I know he jumped over a thing, but it's like, I'm sorry. In Haddonfield, Illinois, like there's a 10-foot stone fence. It's like, I don't know. It's just like, it's kind of stupid.
Also, how well do you know your neighbors and like to that degree of like, sorry, Mr. Schnabel or whatever the fuck he calls them.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
it's like, I know
like
a shortcut.
Just jumped into a random backyard. You know who the guy like who owns this place is.
But the backyard doesn't really make any sense. You're not going to see that type of backyard in the Midwest. And I'm not trying to be that guy, but it's like, he should have been cutting through like a church parking lot that had like a fence locked or something like that. But in a backyard, it's just like, if that's the shortcut was to then climb over spiked fences, like that isn't really a shortcut. That seems like it's going to take you longer. Like I would go like a block down and cut it. Like it's just, I'm being logical and I hate to be that guy. It's one of those, that's what I think about when I'm annoyed. But no, Michael disappearing and then coming closer, that is cool. I think that's actually really cool. Yeah. There's not a lot of that in here though. That's like that scene in like the one take is essentially when Michael gets to be scary.
But there's that great moment too where Allison comes back to Oscar and like discovers him and the music swells. It's like,
music's great. I agree. Music's great. I mean, her coming, I don't know. I don't really care because I don't like Andi Matichak in this at all.
Ah, she's great. She's great. She's
playing it like fucking a 42-year-old woman. Like, dude, her whole presence fantastic. Is like way too old. I was like, she was playing it so old. I was like, why do they have a fucking 33-year-old girl playing an 18-year-old girl in high school?
She's playing it like Laurie Strode. She is Laurie Strode in this.
Yeah, but it doesn't work in this generation. She's like, well, I hope my parents get to meet you and we get to have a good time tonight. But hey, keep your manners, sir. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this? I don't know, man. I'm not saying she's a bad actress. I just didn't like. I like getting the kids. I was annoyed by everybody. You know, I was really annoyed by, surprisingly, Judy Greer. I think she's atrocious in this. And not that she's a bad actress. I think she's playing it like a fucking comedic movie. She has this like bubbly little voice. When I was a kid, I had to shoot a lot of guns. Okay. I guess so. Like, I don't know. I feel like she should have like toned down her voice, but she kept going fucking high. It was like, maybe that's all Judy Greer knows. Again,
spring break. Woo.
That's what I'm saying. It was just like, her voice is so peppy. I'm like, maybe she's not the right actress for this. I don't know, man. I'm very negative. I got more negatives. You just let me know. I got a list.
Eyes up here, Michael. Eyes up here. I just watched Arrested Development, so my Judy Greer is very kiddie oriented from Arrested Development.
And she's great in Arrested Development.
She is fantastic in Arrested Development. No, I mean, this is where we're entering my least favorite part of the movie. After Oscar dies, that's essentially when I kind of check out mentally. Because that's when we're getting the reveal of Laurie's house of mirrors, house of traps, house of whatever. Which, I mean, that's whatever if you're gonna have that, and then like the Sarkisian, whatever the fuck his name is, Sartain. Sorry, the new Loomis, as Laurie makes sure to declare to us. Yes. Oh, so you're the new Loomis, or it's like, oh God, don't say that. Don't say that. That
he was like not in the movie at all, and he's like an annoyance to Will Patton. That guy. Also, this is the first time I noticed, but he was shot, has the arm in the sling, and he was shot like 8 hours ago, so it's pretty fresh. It's not like a month later or anything like that. How the fuck is he dragging Michael Myers with one hand and putting him in the car? Again, I know it's a logical thing. And also, why the fuck wouldn't Ellison use that moment to push or kick through? She just kind of sits there. And I'm like, yeah, but you set up that she's a mature woman who doesn't take shit. She seems fairly a strong head on her shoulder. That whole seems weird. Because essentially this whole movie happens because Sartain is bad and then drives him to Laurie, but Michael has no interest in Laurie, no like actual personal interest. So they're going back to wanting an emotional reaction, but not earning it. It's like, yeah, but you were clear to say that they're not sister and brother. No. So them having a very tight relationship doesn't make sense. Him dropping Michael off always bothers me because Michael should just then wandered fucking off somewhere else. He killed the cops. He should just left. Yeah, it's just like to be like the Hulk TV show. Remember back in the day where like every week's new adventure, it's just Michael's just traversing on and killing new people. This whole section of the house is dumb. And I'm going to say something. Laurie's plan of turning lights off gives nothing but advantage and leverage to the bad guy. Her plan should have been, I have so many fucking lights in this house. Once I hit the switch, it's a hospital. Her house should have looked like every season of Saved by the Bell.
Lights.
But she turns it off. She turns all the lights off and then has a long range weapon in a closed off room. I'm like, I'm sorry, you set up that she's smart. This is stupid. Are you going to give the bad guy a lot of places to hide? You're 60 plus years old. Your eyesight's worse. Why the lights off? Yeah. That's all.
No, she makes a lot of dumb decisions in this. Also, if you know that the threat is outside, because unfortunately Toby Huss gets killed in a very unceremonious way.
Yeah.
You know he's outside. Why are you then leaning against the door?
She immediately gets taken over. And you remember a little later on, she has to use a knife and stabs Michael when they're in the kitchen. But here, she doesn't use a knife. She then tries to use the long range weapon, which, yes, does eventually save her. But her immediate reaction is the knife. So it's like, what? You get caught right away? You just told me this in this movie that she's been training and practicing and agile and paranoid, but puts her ear to the door?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
I feel like there's inconsistencies.
Well, and speaking of inconsistencies, I need to be consistent because I have always talked about logic and how much I like placement of things. And Michael doesn't make sense in like with how he kills the policeman to then Toby Huss's death. You're saying that this man carved out a whole head into a jack-o'-lantern in like 30 seconds?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
How does he manage to do that?
Because he doesn't. It looks cool. But again, that's actually not Michael Myers. Like, it's a cool idea, but that's a Jason Voorhees thing. Like, Michael doesn't do shit like that. I thought we hated the last Violent move once again. And it's so quick. Like, I feel like it's a wasted thing. That's like a highlight of a kill, and it's like brushed over. I'm like, wait, so like logically it doesn't make sense in terms of the timing, but also you're underutilizing your own idea. It's like you're killing it by you're burning the wick at both ends, as they say, right? I mean, I don't know.
When you set up Toby Huss, so why the fuck would you then take him out in such an unceremonious way? He's just kind of taken out in a wide shot.
And a very non-violent way. It's like a choke, and then you find his body stuffed. It's like everybody else could survive. The guy couldn't. Like I told you, dude, this movie seems to hate dudes. It's weird. It's like Toby Huss is just fucking comically dumb. He's like, oh, you guys out here? Like, why would you even go out there? There's a killer and the cops are out there. Lock the fucking doors. You were shown the gun room. She gave you a cute little revolver. Hold it and stand by a fucking in the corner of a window or in the middle of a room where like you have a better chance of survival. It's just, why would you walk out there?
I mean, incompetent people seems to be only what Haddonfield houses, because we don't get any competent people in this town.
Trilogy.
It's all just a bunch of dummies.
Everybody making dumb decisions. You're right, though. You're right, because even Anthony Michael Hall, who I love, like he just decides to get like Michael's ear, and now he's dead. Patton was killed in this, and then they realized like, oh shit, we can't kill off the most charming actor of the trilogy, so they brought him back.
The best character. It's like, okay, yeah, I guess we'll chill out with this, with our crazy mission of just killing everyone off.
But the daughter lives, the mom lives, Jamie Lee Curtis lives.
There's a cool moment where Judy Greer shoots him.
That is the best part of the movie. I remember in the theater, that's the part I liked, where she like fakes weakness, and she's like, "Gotcha." I love it. I love it.
Yeah, the mom, I can't do it. I can't do it. It's like, gotcha.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Yeah, fucking kills it. Like that is the one moment where that works, because I do agree with you. I say this as a Judy Greer lover. I absolutely adore Judy Greer. Have spoken to her in the past. She's fucking amazing. Like one of my favorite actresses. And yeah, she just has, like you said, more of a comedic performance in this that I'm just not a fan of. It doesn't work, especially when she then talks about her childhood, where you're like, ooh.
It's like the flashback of Dumb and Dumber, where Jim Carrey's having these imaginary situations with Mary Samsonite. He's like beating up the chef in the restaurant. It has like, it's like, that's the tone of the flashback. I had to shoot guns and I had to do things you wouldn't imagine. It's just like this little fucking kid with like a bad wig punching a sandbag. It's like, dude. But that part is cool. But again, it's also shooting a human Michael Myers who now got his fingers shut off, shot in the fucking, it's like, dude, he's 60. So it's like, just tell me he's supernatural or tell me he's more than human. Especially if you're using the first one as canon. You know that I love the end of the first, because I think to me that establishes that he is the boogeyman in some way, like he is evil incarnate. And maybe that's just my interpretation, but I like it here.
Yeah, it's like in the end of the first one, it's almost like he dissipates.
Exactly.
Like, where he's just gone.
And they check all these places and he's nowhere to be found. It's where is he? And this is like, well, he got shot and was arrested. I'm like, oh, okay.
I will say though, the combination, because I'll go back because I've listened to this soundtrack so many times. I think this is such an amazing score. This score from this, like it's so fucking good. So then when those music drops hits, those needle drop moments where you're like, because this movie has a lot of needle drop moments, like a lot, to the point where like, does David Gordon Green know how to do these without these needle drop moments? Did Carpenter like save this film?
I mean, you're right. The problem with me, though, is that I don't connect it to the movie. I just think like, man, I really wish I could have, like, I wish this was somewhere in a better movie. Like, I would actually use this score and score something else. Like, I that's how good this is. You're right. But the thing is I can't be tricked because I think I just find everything annoying. So I'm just more like, ooh, good music.
Didn't Firestarter reuse some of this music?
Firestarter, did it? Wait, did I see Firestarter? Was that the remake one?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you, like it was a bad movie. I don't remember.
Yeah, there's some Carpenter movie that he reuses the score from this, but I can't remember what it is.
I'm gonna buy it on vinyl. You said that all three on a single vinyl. I'll get that heartbeat. That's the through line of what I like is that I think the music's badass. And also
amazing.
I've seen interviews with the Carpenter where he's like, I'd love to score more movies, and it made it seem like people don't want to pay. He's like, well, I won't do it for free. But, it's like if somebody wants to hire me, it's like, why isn't anybody hiring Carpenter? There's no way he's that expensive.
Someone just asked him, because they like literally asked him on stage where it's like, God, who the fuck was it? It was someone big. It might have been Flanagan. It was like, I would love for you to score something of mine.
I'm not going to lie to you. I think a dream come true. If Carpenter got to score parts of the Dark Tower series that he's doing, I think I'd die happy, man. But it seems like Flanagan wants to do anything but the Dark Tower, so we'll see if that ever happens.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, Jesus Christ. Oh, that's who it was. Bong Joon-ho, the guy who made Parasite.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that.
He asked him on stage of like, where you compose the score for his upcoming horror film, and he agreed on the stage.
Hope that to be true, man. I'm disappointed that Carpenter's not being used, especially because he's been open to doing it, and it can't be that expensive. A company can afford him. I know not a small budget movie can't, like an indie film, but like A24 can. So what the fuck? Get on it.
But hey, video games are able to afford him. Like
that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, just why are people being lazy?
Yeah,
this man is going to die soon.
Yeah, give him a percentage. Give him 2%, and you're good to go. Like, you don't have to give him a crazy percentage. Just give him some. I mean, 2% is still a lot, but like, you know what I mean?
You got John Carpenter, for God's sakes. Like famous for like having amazing, interesting, unique scores.
And it only lasts for so long. Like, he's going to be gone soon.
I've been saying that. I think he's dying this year. That's my my weird premonition. Oh, listen, if I can control somebody's life by saying that, then I can't wait to get rich. I can't wait to get rich. I can't wait to get rich.
Still, you might not be able to control it, but you can jinx someone by saying that.
I mean,
and then I will hold it against you.
I don't believe in jinxes. I think that I'm in tune to the wavelength of sad sometimes. So I'm like, ooh, I feel like there's going to be a sad one this year, and it's probably going to be Carpenter. That's all. That's all.
Carpenter's been sad and cynical his whole life.
I'm saying that, like, yeah, but he's at that age now, man. I'm just saying it where it's like, it's more.
I don't like where this conversation's going.
He was good. Yeah, it's not gonna be like, I can't believe. That's all. It's more like,
I'll never have that. It's just like when David Lynch died. I was not like, oh, I can't believe it. I'm like, yeah, makes sense. How much?
Yeah, no, Lynch was more of a, fuck, it actually happened.
Yeah. Well, one thing I want to talk about is the whole finale. We talked about the Judy Greer portion, but what about him getting burnt and like the trap set and like that
I like that part. I like that part. Yeah, no, I think it's positive. Him getting like, them saying like it's on a cage, it's a trap, and the things go through, and she like has like a little Home Alone plan. I think that's actually really cool. Again,
I love the Home Alone plan.
Not earned. Like everybody else, I mean, it's not earned because it doesn't make any sense why this fucking chick would have a fucking kill house because your friends died that she knew for 3 years. But
they set it up in the flashbacks with her daughter. They had been.
No, but I'm saying this character shouldn't exist. I know, so
I agree.
But I think it's cool. I mean, like when he's standing looking at her and the flames come behind him and shit. I was like, oh, that visually. That's the closest I've seen so far of like a permanent death. But then they cut back and he's gone. But I think that's fun. I think it's cool that it burns down. I think that I like the idea of that. Like she has like the self-destruct, it's a similar thing happened in, Conspiracy Theory with Gibson and, Donner. Which I just love a good old fashioned self-destruct system. So yeah, man, I think this, as much as I hate this movie, like that was, I think, a far better like ending of Michael Myers than H2O when she cuts his head off. And I've been very open about liking that. But I'm saying that this is like,
I still like the music drop on that.
Sure, but this has something, man. So I was like, this could have been a good ending. But
what do you think David Gordon Green's obsession is with doing the freeze frame on a knife? He does it in Kills too.
I think it's him thinking he's being artistic. I don't like his directing. I'll be honest, and not that it's bad. But there's something off, and I can't describe it. I think I was talking to you off camera. Like, there's a look of this movie I don't like, and and I looked up the cinematographer. It's like I can't really blame. So I don't know who to blame because here's the deal. I think it's too bright and too flat, but there is dimension, there is shadows, there's something. But for some reason, even with these, like everything is too clean, and I don't know what that is, but it's prevalent in all of them. The look of this series is just annoying to me a little, and then ironically, I don't think it's bad, but there's just something off that I don't like, and part of me thinks it's because Gordon Green just understands more lighthearted stuff, and so maybe he doesn't really understand being dark. So this is his interpretation of it. I don't know, but there's something here that's off. So like, I think
there's a recreation trying to recreate Kundi without understanding what Kundi does with shadows and darkness. Because I think that there's that carryover. I think that David Gordon Green has always used like a 2:3:5 aspect ratio and that anamorphic lens and shallow depth of field. So I think that they, as a whole, just thought that it would be an easier transition like, but then it just wasn't, where it's like they're doing different things with the lens that Cundy would never do, like these close-ups on a clock and like just random shit. We're like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah,
Cundy's a vibe. Right. Cundy's not a look.
Yeah, no. I think you're absolutely right. The shell depth of field and just like how certain things are shot, just I don't know, it doesn't feel like Halloween, which is funny because I think, you know, there are other sequels that don't do Cundy or Cundy-esque that I like, but I think maybe because has such a hard on for trying to be connected to the first, I do think that its biggest detriment is like it's just it tries so hard and it feels like it's trying. Yeah. Like I'm never truly connected here, even when they're doing well. You know, even like the look of the scene of Hit the One Take, it's like, yeah, it's cinematic, but there's something off. You know, something a little weird.
Doesn't have enough of its own vision, because this is a trilogy that is essentially a modern trilogy that is not a true trilogy, because it's a quadrilogy. It's going off of the 1978 film. So then you're like, it's this weird connection, but also there's, let's see, 8 other movies before it where you're like, wait, well, where does this connection actually start? Because it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like we're still acknowledging history without actually acknowledging it.
I wish he just made, this would have been better if like continue off, but make it distinctly yours, you know? Because I think that is a problem, is that he's doing his best to feel like the original and try to look like it, but it doesn't. So it has that sort of uncanny valley feel for me. Where it's like, listen, I know a lot of people hate 6, but like 6 is super atmospheric. It has a cool Halloween look, but it's definitely not Halloween. But it is a Halloween look. So it's like, go do something not like that per se, but make this your Halloween look. Yeah. You know, it's a fucking, how many years later was this? It's like, yeah, people aren't going to be like, well, it doesn't fit. It's like, no, it's a legacy sequel. That's the whole point. You know, Force Awakens definitely harken back to the original trilogy in certain looks and styles, but it at least didn't try to just recreate that. It had its own vibe, whether they like it or not. It's like that. So it's like this should have done that. Where it's like, okay, I try to find the one thing you want to kind of hold on dear, and then make the rest your own.
Yeah, which I don't think David Gordon Green has a distinct vision. I think he was just trying to recreate what came before it, which, I mean, do you remember there was talk of how originally this script had a recreation of the ending of Halloween 78?
Yeah.
Yeah, where Loomis gets killed and Laurie like is the one that shoots Michael. It's like, why do we need a retcon shit?
I'm smart. It's smart they didn't do that, because I'm
shocked they didn't.
I mean, yeah. Now that we know how it ends up, yes. But again, this was perceived as it did well. People loved it, critically fans. So it's like they nailed it. I think them playing it safe was the smartest thing to do. You know, they got Jamie Lee Curtis back, and I think she probably likes this more than H2O. I'm guessing.
Oh, definitely. She loves David Gordon Green. I didn't finish it yet, but I listened to the Halloween Kills commentary, and she's like fucking her usual Jamie Lee Curtis self.
So that's the only one that I own of the new one, so I'm going to listen to the commentaries. Is it going to be a rough one or what?
I mean, it's her, Judy Greer, and David Gordon Green. It's fine. They mentioned the radio tower, so get used to that being brought up.
Oh, but they end up cutting, right, or not refocus? Wasn't there supposed to focus on more?
It's in it a bunch. Because then Jamie's like, what is with that radio? Why are you showing that radio tower so much, David? And David's just like, I don't know. We might use it in the next movie.
Oh my God. He didn't even have a plan.
No, he doesn't have shit for a plan. I thought he had more of a plan in it, but yeah, definitely there's not a solid plan with it. And like, it's just a weird situation too, because like Jamie Lee Curtis is kind of playing like kind of mother to Judy Greer in the commentary.
That's just
the thing I've learned is that I don't want to listen to Jamie Lee Curtis do a commentary track for anything. That's kind of what this has taught me, because she just doesn't come in prepared and doesn't give a shit and is watching it for the first time.
Hijacking it. Okay. Well, I'm going to listen to it now. But Kills is next. Kills the first one to disappoint and divide fans.
Yeah. Which I think it's spoilers. Yours and my favorite of the David Gordon Green trilogy, so you and I will at least have a fun time. But what's your favorite kill from Halloween 2018?
I really don't like any of
That's
them.
tough one.
Well, I guess the one take, so the old lady / the girl with the stabbing in the throat, just because I like that vibe of him just kind of traversing through.
Yeah, it feels very Halloween too. I'd agree. That's also my favorite. Works very well. Definitely, it's not Dr. Sartan getting his fucking head exploded. This is not, that's the most fucking Rob Zombie Halloween kill I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. And again, for on the press tour saying that it was the opposite of that, I'm like, well, you can't be doing stuff like that then, man.
Yeah, I can pick a lane. All right, what would you rate Halloween 2018?
1 star.
Yeah, I'm 1.5, so just a little bit more than you.
Look at this. We're the biggest surprise of the night. I really thought you'd be far more positive on this movie than you were. So I don't know what to expect here.
I really disliked my time watching this one. And I mean, spoilers, I fucking hated the next. I mean, Halloween Kills has a lot of fun.
Halloween Kills, so let's say this. So Halloween Kills isn't a good movie though. I think it's the first one where like it's unintentionally funny, and I kind of like that in this series. I was like, oh, okay. It's overly violent. Identity. What's up?
Has an identity.
Yes, unintentional identity, but you're absolutely right. It has it like for some reason he decided to make like a David Gordon Green Halloween movie.
Yep, which I'll take that over his trying to make a John Carpenter Halloween movie and not understanding what makes it John Carpenter.
Oh, absolutely. Or a let's defy expectations and do something completely different. That whole oh my God. We'll get to it.
I can't. I'm not looking forward to that one, but yep. Thank you guys so much for listening. This has been Halloween 2018. Thank you for, let's see, we have a Instagram. Thank you for following that and subscribing to our Patreon. And we have a Threadless store. We have some very cool designs up, and yeah, we will see you guys. We have only 2 more episodes left of our Halloween franchise chat, and then we are doing a Halloween ranking where we will actually be joined by our unofficial third member, Andrew Hatfield, to rank all of these films. It's probably going to be absolute chaos with the 3 of us, but it should be a very fun time. I'm very much looking forward to it. And thank you guys so much for listening. We will see you in the next one. Goodbye.